What's happening, people? I'm here with the main man.
It's the champ.
Make sure you tune into Pep Talk UK, where it talks boxing and
big up.
Thank you, AJ.
Pep Talk UK.
Ladies and gents, for the fight fans locked in, for the football fans locked in, now it's time for some real talk on Pep Talk. Let's go.
Everyone talk good game, but it don't really faze me. The man that ain't mad like Max, the way not murky like Ace B. And them got whoppers lying on the back balling like a baby.
Yes. Oi, oi. Welcome to the Pep Talk UK Sports Podcast, the podcast that talks the major boxing and football news from around the globe. Real points of view from a real panel. Hashtag real talk on Pep Talk. Please subscribe to Pep Talk UK on iTunes and YouTube. Don't forget to like, share and comment. Now, as usual, I'm joined by the French Pep Talk boy, Pascal. How are ya?
Oui, jusqu'ici, tout va bien. Pascal est de retour. I am back.
Yes, all goody. Now, Pascal, let's get straight into it. This weekend marks the massive fight between George Groves and Chris Eubank Jr. in the World Boxing Super Series.
Wait.
Now, this is a tantalizing fight. Been looking forward to this for a while, Pascal. How do you think this one's going to go?
You know, Frankie B, since the fight was announced, I think every boxing fan in the UK was excited about this fight. For me, it's the fight of Britain. To me, this was what I call British beef, in my opinion, because you've got two very good accomplished boxers, in George Groves, who is not to be taken lightly. George Groves has faced some very good opposition, from the legendary Carl Froch, to Badou Jack, and of course James again, which was his first grudge match. So we've got to give George Groves some credit in terms of the opposition that he has faced. And Chris Eubank, for me, is a young lion on the rise. He still has to prove himself. Although he's been quite successful since his defeat to Billy Joe Saunders, but he's certainly on the rise. And this fight for me would put him probably as in the top tier of British elite fighters. I believe that would take him there, because he's got a good machine underneath ITV. ITV are pushing him very well.
They've made him the star.
They certainly have, and you got to give credit to Eubank Senior for making that move and for breaking out of Matchroom and creating his own lane, his own niche. In business, Frankie B, if you have a niche that works, is profitable, you are basically going on your way to cement yourself as a good business. So I'm very pleased with what the Eubanks have done with this. It's very good.
And like Eubank says, yes. It's the fighters that must be rewarded.
Eubank English Jr., of course, yes. Look, he's an entertaining fella, and Chris Eubank Jr. is obviously benefiting from the from the fame of his father, but let's not take any credit away from Chris Eubank Jr. He's himself a ferocious fighter, and I cannot wait for him to see, to face the Saint George St. Groves. It's going to be very good. It's going to be a very, very good fight. And Frankie B, I'm edging towards Chris Eubank Jr. simply because of his age and of the fact that we know that Chris Eubank, we know him to train relentlessly. He's always in the gym, he's always in superb shape, very good physique. In terms of his boxing career, he's not taking as much punishment as George Groves. George Groves has been in some very tough fights, but on the other hand, George Groves has got the experience. He has a very, very beautiful jab, and he's a very good boxer, and he can box on the back foot, as we saw him against the James Gale fight. So, George Groves has a lot of strings to his bow, and I can see the fight going the distance. I do not believe that Eubank Jr. will knock him out. I believe that he'll go all the way to the 12th round, and it'll be a points decision. It could be a controversial points decision, because Eubank Jr. likes to brand himself as a demolitioner, a guy that can go in there. We saw what he done against Yildirim, and he will probably try and do the same thing with Groves, but Groves has got a lot of pride. He's fighting not just for pride, but also to cement himself as one of the best in this division, and the fact that they have a lot of history between the two of them, and George Groves will also become much more famous than he is now if he beats Chris Eubank Jr., because again, the brand is well known. So there's a lot at stake, Frankie B. There's a lot at stake, and I think that both fighters are under extreme pressure to perform.
Eubank Jr., people question whether he's a real, true, fully fledged super middleweight, whereas George Groves is a big super middleweight. That tells me Chris Eubank Jr. ain't knocking George Groves out. I can tell you that much. It could be.
I agree.
Yeah, it could be a fight that goes down to the judges, and these days judges seem to like work rate. And Chris Eubank Jr. he's certainly got that in abundance. For me, I'm going to tip Eubank Jr. Based on work rate and speed.
But there's. Every day I change my mind, Frankie B, because I know that George Groves has got the power, and he has the power to inflict damage. George Groves himself is not notably known as a knockout puncher, but against Jeremy Cox, he stopped Jeremy Cox.
Wonderful body shot that was.
Very, very good body shot. Against Judinov also, he fought him really well, and he managed to stop him. So, we know that Groves has got some power, but he's not remembered as a knockout artist, as a stopping specialist, but the power is there. And if he clips, Eubank Jr. in the chin, we don't know, we've not seen Eubank Jr. chin tested by a big, fully fledged super middleweight. Exactly. So, and remember what he did to Carl Froch, in the first fight. Carl Froch was on, was seeing the doubles, when
knocked him down the first time in Manchester. He knocked him down the first time. Remember that?
He certainly did, and some referees will have stopped that fight because Carl Froch looked he looked in a very bad place, But I think that the referee allowed Carl Froch to come back, but that could have been also a very good, important win for George Groves. So I know that George Groves is very dangerous. He's very, very dangerous, and on the balance of experience, most people would say that George Groves is the favorite, But my opinion of Chris Eubank is that he's the younger, fresher fighter. He's taken less punishment. He's the quicker fighter. He has ferocious combinations, and the speed perhaps could prove to be too much for George Groves, but the power still lies in George Groves as far as this fight is concerned. And if anybody has the power to knock out an opponent, it will be George Groves, not Chris Eubank Jr.
Now it's interview time. Ahead of the Haymaker card this Friday at York Hall, Shaz and I had the pleasure of speaking to those who will be part of or feature on the event itself. First up, let's hear from the esteemed trainer Ishmael Salas, who speaks about preparations and Linares versus Lomachenko. Oi, oi, it's Frankie B, reporting for Pep Talk UK. I'm joined by my good mate, Shaz Mack. How you doing, bro?
How you doing, brother? You alright?
I'm all good. And we're also joined by the esteemed trainer of Willy Hutchinson and Joyce, David Hay. The list goes on. It's Mr. Ishmael Salas. How you doing?
I am doing very well, thank you. How is everything?
We're doing well, mate. All the better for seeing you. Now fight night's approaching us, and you got two bright prospects under your wing, Willy Hutchinson and also Joyce. How do you think they're going to get on Friday night?
Yeah, actually, we've been doing a very, very good training camp down there in United States. Willy was in Spain, and Joyce came with me to United States because everybody knows I have Jorge Linares who fought last January 27. We took a chance and bring down Joyce, and he did a great sparring, great sparring. in Las Vegas after we moved to LA, and we did a very, very good sparring. So for this camp, we step over, one more step.
On debut, Joyce fought Ian Lewinson. Professional debut, how did you think he did in that fight?
Yeah, he did great, to any amateur fighter come to the pro debut with the 10th round. And with the Lewinson is a very, very solid.
Fighter.
Yeah, solid fighter, and all my respect for him, but it's our job to be done, and it's what we did. He did very well, really very well in the fight. Even we have kind of target for that fight. It was a complete. He just, I don't know, many people complain because he cannot put together the both hands, but it's my way, no? I like to go step by step. We've been building together his front hand, the leading hand. So with the only leading hand and a few right, but the leading hand, he did a devastating left hand with Lewinson. So he proved to me he beat it up Lewinson.
You call it the fundamentals of boxing.
Yeah, it's the way, It's maybe because I everything coming from Cuba. I originally from Cuba, and I am master degree in sport and science, and I've been for so long in Cuban boxing system. But by luck, what happened to me is I went out of Cuba after the 92 Olympics in Barcelona. I went to Thailand. Was my first experience in professional. And since then, I made 20 world professional champion, and I've been like a trainer of year 1996 and last 2017, and so I learned how to do the transition from amateur style to professional style. It's my bless, my luck.
I'm very cheeky. Who's your favourite? Hey, Hutchinson, Joyce. Who's your favourite?
Yeah, no, actually, we as a trainer, as a teacher, we cannot go to one side. We have to be multiple. Feeling every fighter have their own way of thinking. Every fight it is a one word. So we need to be very flexible as a trainer to be with all together. Some fighters need more attention. Some fighters don't need more attention. It's a different level, different talent, but I don't know. I feel blessed because I have many big talent fighters. Let's say I have a Gamboa. I the one who built Gamboa. I built Rigondo, and he got the championship. So many in Japan, in Thailand. So it's what I say. So it's helping me up to be very flexible. At the time I go with the fighter, for example, we got one case here, David Hay is a very experienced fighter. He used to be a 2-division world champion, and he had the treat. I have to be with David Hay is different than Joyce. One is Willy, yeah. Even Willy, if you compare Willy with Joyce, it's different too. Willy is younger, different character, different weight class. So many things we have to play on in this game. But I think the only target from every trainer, and dream from every trainer, is to bring the best of each fighter, best of it. Linares taking his best, like when Linares came out from the 3 losses with Freddy Roach. When he came to my hand, his manager requested me to help Linares to be a good trainer. And I really surprised. Being surprised to me because I've been following Linares since he started, because his manager manager talked to me long before for him and Edwin Valero. I don't know if you remember,
Yes,
great champion.
Yes, I do. Great champion.
And unfortunately, in that time, I did not handle them because I was in Australia with Danny Green, this and that. But I said one day. And then when, by coincidence, I got one Jorge Linares, like a 3 down. And you know, confidence. They have multiple things. We've been for 6 years together to get what he is in last fight. It's 6 longer year. To review his confidence, I kick him, I beat him, and you know, I keep him very tight. And then he bring back his confidence. For example, for me, from the day when we started to work to the Kevin Mitchell fight,
Yes,
it was a process. It was a process. So Kevin Mitchell, it was for me his master degree.
That was his master degree.
Because Linares got dropped. Many, even Freddy Roach comment many times, Linares was a chicken heart. And I never, I respect for him, for Freddy Roach, but I had different way. No one stayed up in any ring is a chicken heart.
It takes a lot of courage, doesn't it, to get in the ring?
Yes, and you know what, to face somebody doing nothing to you, but you have to face it and you have to beat it or get beating.
This is where you need to help me.
Yeah, it happens, you know. It's happened because it's a kind of self-confidence. But if talking about Kevin Mitchell fight, when Linares, very cool, very relaxed, with 20,000 people around cheering up Kevin Mitchell, but very cool, very chill. He stood in the right time to count. It's his credit, not my credit.
So, Ishmael, just to conclude, there's been breaking news about Linares versus Lomachenko. Any word on that?
Yeah, everything is in process right now. Nothing come out right now. I guess within this week, everything will come, because now it's negotiation. Both fighters like to fight each other. Both camp, my camp, his camp.
That's going to be a brilliant fight.
Yeah, and it will be like chess master fight.
Well, I'm sure Linares is going to be ready. I'm sure Joyce is going to be ready. Willy Hutchinson is going to be ready. And David's going to be ready against Bellew.
Yes.
We love what you're doing with your stable of fighters. We love the way you work. We love the shoes you wear.
Thank you.
You carry on doing what you're doing, and we'll keep watching and we'll keep cheering.
Never limit. Overall is the only limit. If we are limited, everything will be still there.
Well, it's been a complete and utter pleasure today.
Yeah,
thank you, Mr. Salas, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's now hear from a man who will have his second pro fight. It's the former Olympian. It's the juggernaut, Joyce. Oi, it's Frankie B. And I'm joined by the man himself, the juggernaut, Joyce. How you doing, geez?
All good.
Now, Joe, last time out, you were ready to make your debut. How does it feel to get your debut out of the way?
Yeah, it was very good to get my debut against Ian Lewison, which was a main event. It was really good to get my ring rust out because I hadn't boxed since the Olympic Games final. So, you know, it's now I'm looking on to fighting my second professional fight at York Hall, Bethnal Green on the 16th of February, this coming Friday. And, you know, my preparation's gone well. I had a training camp in Vegas and then LA. So, you know, picked up some stuff along the way and did some great round sparring. So, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever.
So, to your present opponent, do you know much about your present opponent?
Rudolf Jozic. Yeah, he's 6'5", and I think he's had about 7 fights, 1 loss. I heard he's a bit of a banger, so, you know, I've got to be careful. He's heavyweight, he's tall, he's a big, strong man, so, you know, I've got to be careful, but I'm confident in my own abilities to go and take him out Friday.
Yeah, so we'll be right behind you. Now, there's been obviously a lot of media attention. Is it going to happen, you versus Derek Chisora?
Well, we'll see. We'll soon find out. Hopefully he takes the fight, and hopefully, David offers him enough money to tempt him, and it'll be a great heavyweight showdown especially on May the 5th, the Hey Bellew 2.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an amazing card. So he just needs to sign the contract.
So obviously, it's a question of money. Is it a stalemate with an offer, or is it about negotiation?
I think it's negotiation. My business is to perform, and I handle that part. I'll let David and sort the rest of the other side of it. But yeah, hopefully it happens.
May 5th, baby. Well, Joe, we wish you all the best. Come fight night, mate. Go and do the business, mate.
Will do. Thanks. I'll see you on the other side.
Wish you all the best. Come fight night. Time to hear from a bright young talent, also in the Ishmael Salas stable. It's Willy Hutchinson. Oi, it's Frankie B. I'm joined by a man with a bright future. It's the one only Willy Hutchinson. How you doing, geese?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
Not too bad, Willy. Now, fight night's close. York Hall, the bright lights of York Hall. How you feeling, champ?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready for Friday. I'm ready to just get the job done, to be honest.
Last time out at the O2, mate, you put on a hell of a show, mate. You had a load of buoyant fans behind you. What can we expect this time out?
I expect bigger, better, stronger in every aspect. Yeah. And the crowd last time was a baby crowd compared to the crowd I'm bringing this time. Yeah.
So how's preparations gone in camp?
It went well. Sparrings went really well. Had great sparring over in Germany, and yeah, all went well. Just ready to, like I said, for Friday.
And do you know much about your opponent that you'll be facing fight night?
Yeah, I know a little bit about him, and he's decent. He's good at what he does, but we should see. I will know all about it on Friday night.
Cracking stuff. Well, Willy, we wish you all the best on fight night, mate. All the best to you.
Thank you very much.
Come on, Will. Do the business on fight night. Let's hear from a man that will challenge for the English title. It's Freddy Kiwitt. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Well, it's Frankie B, joined by my good mate, Shaz Mack. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, and we're with a chap who we love, who's good looking, so ruins all pictures that I'm in. It's Mr. Freddy, pretty boy, Kiwitt. How you doing, Fred?
I'm good.
Freddy, fight week, fight night upon us. You're fighting for another title. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fighting for the English title. I just got notice actually last week, so a couple of days. But I meant to fight anyway, so I'm ready. I'm good to go.
So how's preparations gone so far?
Yeah, it's really good sparring sessions. I kind of finding my old motivation back. Because obviously I had a difficult last few fights, but I've got my motivation back. I'm in tip-top shape, and I can't wait now till Friday.
You better win. I want that English title. I want a picture with it.
Well, I want it too.
If you don't win that title, you got another fight straight afterwards with me.
What about your opponent?
Yeah, I've checked some video. I think I saw him once fighting as well. I know I'm going to be fighting for the English title anytime soon, anyways, and personally, if I would have choose between him and O'Donnell, I would have choose him because he will suit my style much more. But again, it's always different when you stand with somebody in a fight, in the ring, and fight him. But I'm really positive, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we're looking for the Freddy that turned up against Eric Uching to turn up on the night, to put in a performance, and I hope Terry's been putting you through your paces this time round.
Yeah, like I said, I'm in tip-top shape. Hopefully I'm going to turn better up than on the Uching fight, because like I said, my mind and my body on point at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, in terms of the card, you're on a haymaker card. Yeah. You got Joyce on there, you've got Hutchinson on there, but you're no stranger to big nights, are you?
No, I fought a couple of times on TV. That was back then in Sauerland, so on German TV. First time on British TV. So really good. Don't want to disappoint anybody. So I want to put a great show on. Yeah.
Well, Freddy, we're going to be cheering you on. We wish you the best of luck come fight night. Go get that belt.
Cheers, Freddy boy.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Freddy. Right, time to hear from a man making a return to the ring who is now 6-0. It's Linus Udofia.
Oi, it's Frankie B, reporting for Pep Talk UK. I'm joined by a dear friend of mine. It's the one and only Linus Udofia. How you doing, bruv?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. How's it going? You alright?
Mate, I'm doing well. I'm excited, mate. Fight night's almost here, under the bright lights of York Hall, mate. This is another step on your journey, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, all day, man. You know what I mean? A good, really good, what do you call it, platform for me to be on. Jumping on a undercard of, you know what I mean, a haymaker undercard. So, you know what I mean? It's a very good opportunity, per se, to just kind of showcase what I can do. And hopefully, you know what I mean, hopefully be on television. You don't know. You don't know how these things go.
Now, knowing you, like, we've known each other for a long time, you always stay fight ready. How's camp gone so far? Nothing's changed, I bet you. Still training?
No, nothing's changed, still training. I've never, you know what, funny enough, after the Mets, I took a week off. You know what I mean? Just that fight took quite a toll on me. I mean, not in the sense of like it was like a 12-round war or something, but it was quite mentally draining after when the fight started. I didn't realise how mentally it was going to get to me, and it was quite mentally draining. But yeah, so I took some time off, took like a week or two off, went away, and then came back, and then kind of got straight back into the gym. So, and you know, in the thought of maybe something might pop up, you know, before the year ended, which you know it did. But then I sat down and kind of weighed up the options of, you know, maybe is it worth fight? Was it worth fighting? Was it gonna make sense? And it didn't, so we didn't fight. But kind of waited, and then I got the call. I got my manager Goodwin called me. When did he call me? He called me right before Christmas and said, "Yeah, be ready for February." And I went, "Yeah, you know what I mean?" I said, "I'm staying ready anyway." So around Christmas time, New Year's, I didn't do much. I stayed ready through camp. So now I'm fight weight before, you know what I mean, before Friday. So I'm fight weight 3 days out. You know what I mean? I stayed ready. I did everything I was meant to, and I just want to go now.
The only bad news for you is you won't get a chance to eat your Valentine's Day chocolates. What about your opponent? But I think he's 2-0, as you were saying.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. It's like Daniel something, but yeah, 2-0, undefeated. Eastern European. I'm not sure what country he's from, but yeah, 2-0. I mean, that sounds good to me. That looks good. It doesn't sound like he'll want to lose. You know what I mean? And he's coming in with an undefeated record. So, you know what I mean? I've got to keep mine, and he's got to keep his as well. So, very excited on the naive assumption that everything will just go well. I'll fight again in March on another haymaker show, and then after that, I'm not too sure. Maybe sometime in July. And then you just try and get the fights out as the year goes on. I haven't fought way too far ahead. I'm just trying to get this one out of the way and just take each hurdle as it comes. Yeah, just take each hurdle as it comes, and hopefully if I keep impressing, big opportunities come about. And yeah, that's just it. That's just it, really.
Well, cracking stuff, Linus. We'd like to wish you the best for your fight at York Hall on the haymaker bill this Friday. All the best to you, Linus.
Thank you very much. Shout out Frankie, Pascal and Shaz at Pep Talk. And yeah, I really appreciate the support.
Thank you, bro. All the best come fight night. Finally, let's hear from a lady who will feature on the Groves vs Eubank Junior undercard this weekend. It's the talented Belinder Skinner with her trainer, Darnell Smith.
Pep Talk UK are not too far from home. We're at Peter Sim's boxing gym, and I think I've unearthed a young lady. Well, I haven't really unearthed her. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Belinda Skinner at Peter Sim's gym, just turned over pro. My debut is the 17th of February. I'm fighting on the George Groves Chris Eubank Jr. undercard. Going to be fighting sort of bantam, super bantam, confirmation on opponent, and just ready to go, ready to smash.
Do you know the thing I love already, Belinda? You've just reeled off so many answers to all my questions.
Oh, sorry.
I'm now stuck because you've just gone cracking through and given like your CV to me.
I'm selling.
I'm going to come back with a few questions for you. Okay. Number one, tell me you got a wicked nickname.
Well, it's all. I think it's all sort of just to be confirmed. They want to call me Belinder Boom Boom Skinner because there was a boxer down from Sussex that come from there with the nickname Boom Boom. And of course, I live in Hastings. But yeah, like I said, to be confirmed. I quite liked Savage, you're right, Spider.
It always helps when other pro boxers like Mr. Craig Spider Richards just walk in, smash up an interview. Man just don't care, do they, these days?
Get out.
Well, like we just half introduced Craig Spider Richards. You're in with the Sim stable.
I am.
Which is generally a very good stable to be in and around.
Very good, very, very lucky, massive opportunity.
How are you settling with all the boys?
Fine, I think. I think I'm getting on all right with them. No, everyone's been really, really lovely, really welcoming, really helpful. We all just work as a really good team here, help each other through.
Now, I know this is your pro debut, but you've got 11 fights under your belt as an amateur. How'd you get on with him?
I was 10 undefeated, ABA national champion, 2-time gold medalist at the Haringey Box Cup. My last one, unfortunately, I lost. And yeah, the opportunity come over to be in Peter's gym. He saw me train and I signed the contract.
Now, I've got a chap I've got a lot of respect standing right next to us. It's Mr. Darnell Smith. Darnell.
Yeah, massive.
Right, what's happening? You alright?
I'm always well, big man. How you doing?
Doing well, mate. Doing well, Chaz. Always a pleasure seeing you, mate.
Do you know, as much as Belinder may be a secret, I think you are the best kept secret in boxing.
I don't know about that, mate.
There's no boxer I bump into that has nothing but good words about you.
Really? Oh, that's nice to hear, man.
And if they got something bad to say about you, trust me, I'll walk in with my baseball bat or with my Craig Spider Richards and we'll do a number.
I know you got my back, Shaz. I know you got my back.
You got Craig Spider Richards got your back. You don't need anyone else. You got the likes of him, Tony Conquest, and Mr. Sims himself.
Oh,
and he's got me now. He's got me now.
She's the one you got to worry about out of all of them. Trust me, she's the most dangerous. Don't be fooled by the size.
Now,
yeah. No, I mean, to be honest with you, Shaz, it's nice to hear people are saying good things. I'm just got my head down working hard, and it's about these guys really, just seeing them develop. I'm still learning where I am now, and I'm having a good time. You know what I mean?
Now, you've had Belinder on the pad. You've trained with her at close quarters.
Yeah.
Where are we going with this lady?
To the top, hopefully. I'll be honest, if I've seen a lot of, no disrespect to female boxing, I've seen a lot of female boxers, and aside from some of the top ones at the top, a lot of them lack that great technical ability. The technique. No disrespect to them at all, but some of them lack technique. But when I look at B, she's got phenomenal technique. She can hit with both hands. She can brawl. She can box, and I'm quite impressed. The same feeling I had when I looked at Katie Taylor is the same feeling I had when I looked at Belinder, and think, this girl can go far, and she's talented. She's been in there, sparred with guys like Matthew Chandar. She's been in there with Liam Dillon also, and my mate Ross as well, Ross Pearce, who's a good boxer as well, and all of them will come back saying, mate, she can hit hard and she's good. She need to put one of them down.
I'm taking a back step right now.
I told you she's dangerous. I told you.
We're going for that world title. I'm going to the top, and I'm not looking back. I'm not stepping back.
Sights are set high. You know what I mean? But right now we're in that stage where we got our head down, grinding. We're focused on February the 17th and just getting out there, putting on a good display. We've got a good team behind us. Obviously, Peter and Charlie Sims is also involved in there with her as well. And with all that backing and all that support, you can't really go wrong.
Well, it's a big show. It's a Sauerland production.
Yeah.
It's Groves against Eubank Jr. It doesn't get much bigger than that on a British level.
I was going to say, yeah.
So it's a great place to start. I'm sure the crowd in Manchester are going to be cheering you on.
Yeah.
We're at Pep Talk going to be cheering you on. Before I sign off, people get in touch with Belinder. We obviously want sponsors out there having a good look at her.
Yeah.
But give us a shout out of your social media handles for people to give you a follow.
I'm on Instagram at the minute. My personal Instagram is Belinder Christina Skinner. You can find me on there just for little updates. I mean, there is going to be other accounts being opening up by other people, so yeah, just stay tuned for that.
And D, hit me with your accounts, bro.
At Boxer Don, or you can follow me on my group training, which is _boxing_training, which is Iron Boxing is my brand for group boxing training.
Now, D, I'm sitting, before we sign off, I'm sitting at 75 kg. Your lady over here is mid-50s. Do you reckon I can get her in there, clinch, far against the ropes? Royal Rumble, far over the top of the ropes. Oh, she's going to beat me up.
Listen, Shaz, don't be fooled, mate. She's dangerous.
Well, at that point, I see where the door is. I'm heading out. Nice one, guys. Have a great day. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
All the best, Belinder. Go smash it, girl. Right now it's football time. Now there's no Premier League this weekend. It's an FA Cup break, but we're going to reflect on the North London derby. Now, Pascal, Arsenal really were bossed by Spurs at Wembley.
You know, Frankie B, I mean, Harry Kane is, as far as I'm concerned, he's a world-class striker. You know, and the reason why I say this is that he does it time and time again in the Premier League. He scores in big games, he scores in domestic games, he scores in European games, you know, and to me, it's the hallmark of a striker, of a quality striker. And he could do this job for every top team in Great Britain, but also across the world, you know, and you have to give him credit. He's a consistent finisher, and you can certainly count Harry Kane to score against Arsenal every time that fixture takes place. I knew
he was going to score. I knew he was going to score.
It was very obvious from the beginning that he was going to score. Again,
you know, Martin Keough was quoted as saying the Arsenal defenders are just not brave enough. Now, I saw the replay of the goal. Koscielny's back is kind of turned. Is that a sign of fear by Koscielny?
I think that Koscielny was very nervous, and you know, and Harry Kane has got a very quiet but yet dominating presence in you know, you don't always notice him when he's there, but you know he's there when he gets the ball, and you know that if he has half the chance that he will take, you know, he can score a goal at any given time. He's got so much precision, you know, in his view of the goal. He knows what the goal is at every single moment of the game, you know, and most importantly, he is a special striker, because during that game, Frankie B, you saw that he also tracks back, he challenges, you know, he works very well with the team. To me, he's a complete striker, you know, because he's just got that finishing ability that a lot of strikers in Europe are failing to do. And like I said, he's certainly one of them. On the other hand, if you compare him to the Arsenal strike force, like I said, he certainly came with a lot of promise, you know, but he's still...
Has he become lack of threat now, Pascal?
I mean, look, you know, Frankie B, it's his
first
season.
That's quite harsh, isn't it? Yeah.
It's his first season. You know, he's still got 9 goals. You know, he's still the top scorer in as far as Arsenal is concerned.
I mean, 9 goals for Arsenal's top scorer is really poor.
It's very poor. It's very poor.
9 goals for the whole of the season. Seriously.
It's very bad. It's very bad. But at the same time, Arsenal this season has had a very bad season.
I'd like to thank all the listeners for locking in. Thanks to Pascal. Join us again next week for another Pep Talk UK podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave your comments in the box below. Thank you.
Pep Talk.